So because we never created any blockages and we never really looked into the nitty-gritties of how we can go about it, we never created the blockages to form any resistance for us. So the journey, touchwood, till today has been very smooth, and it's been on a month-on-month growth of around, I'd say, 3 to 5% now. So we're looking at a ballpark because of what's happening in the economy. Last year and this year, we're on a rate of around 10 to 15% year-on-year growth. And there's obviously ways and techniques of what we've done. Predominantly, for me as a belief system, I think it boils down to the mindset and the approach, which is the most important thing. And if you link it to your platform of happy life habits, then ultimately, it's the habits that you form on a daily basis, and the habits that you do on a daily basis, and the rituals that you implement on a daily basis that can create the fundamentals to now step on and start your growth journey on what you want to achieve. But ultimately, you've got to have the clear intention of what it is that you want, because without that, you don't have any framework to even base a decision on.
Yeah, know which way you're heading to then take the steps. So that's the goals and the direction. Brilliant. So you've mentioned habits. So what are some of your happy life habits that you do on a regular basis, whether it's daily or weekly, which support you and nourish you?
So my coaching journey has kind of carved out a very unique routine for me, especially for somebody maybe in my age bracket. My day starts at 4 a.m. So straight out the back of that, it's a very different start to the day. So 4 a.m. I'm up. By about 4:10 a.m. I am already on my desk. I do work from home. I have a home office. So I'm on my desk at pretty much 4 past 10. And the first thing I do is I do subliminals. And the subliminals are predominantly wired to get into action and to also build self-confidence. So that's the first thing that I do. Excuse me. Second, after that, I will review my goals, and I have a morning routine that I go through. So I ask myself around 5 to 7 compelling questions, and I answer those questions, and that sort of puts me on the right focus, the right mindset, the right track of what I want to achieve. And it's not just something that's for the day, but it's my entire life trajectory. So I will go through those questions in the morning. After that, I will go through a little 5-minute workout routine to just get a sort of fresh. I incorporate about a 30-minute meditation session into the morning. I have a paradigm writing session that I do in the morning as well. So about 20 minutes, I write a whole page out of reworking some habitual thought processes and patterns. And there's a science behind that on why I do that, and the repetition, which I'll get into a little bit later on in the call. So that's my morning routine. And then I go for a walk. Now, when I'm on a walk, I listen to either an audiobook or some very, very motivating music. It just really depends on what I want to do, what I want to achieve that day, or what kind of a mind frame I'm in the morning. And I come back home, I have my breakfast, and my breakfast is also a totally changed breakfast over the last 4 months, where it's incorporating into I call a power smoothie, a brain smoothie. And that's a recipe on its own. It's got all the berries, it's got a couple of greens in it, it's got flax seeds, chia seeds, so ginkgo biloba extract, MCT oils, so very, very rich nutrient foods that are empowering for the brain. Very fatty foods, so you're getting all your nutrients in the morning. And the science behind this is that kind of a smoothie actually increases your productivity up to about 30 to 40% just with that one little shift that you can create in your life. So that's my morning routine. That's my success routine. And then again, it's how you start your day. I mean, when my alarm goes off on my phone, I will never, not once, make the mistake of going onto WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, the news. I will not do any of that up until around 9 a.m. in the morning. So the first 4 to 5 hours in the morning are so closely tied up. And sorry, by the way, in the morning, I also read. I whack in about half an hour of reading as well. So you're conditioning your mind first thing in the morning, and you're gearing yourself up for success. And we've done this now I've done this with a couple of clients as well, and you can actually see a shift. You can see a shift in the day, and it makes a massive difference. So that's one habit that I always focus on in the morning. That's definitely. If I don't do that, then I have a very wishy-washy day of reacting and not even responding to what I need to do.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that, and I think many of us have found that when we miss out on our regular routine habits, whether it's the meditation or the exercise or the practice of gratitude or any of these things, we do feel it during the day. And part of that, I think, is, as we said, when we're doing those, they're putting the happy chemicals in and setting our mindset correctly. And when we don't do it, we haven't done that top up. What was interesting was you mentioned that productivity, 30, 40% increase from that brain smoothie, which is fantastic. And also from the science of happiness, what one of the researchers, what he's shared, which I often quote, is the brain on positive is 31% more productive than when negative, neutral, or stressed. So negative, neutral, stressed hits our productivity, as we have all experienced, but when it's on positive, it's 31% more productive.
Yes, because there's a science behind it, and one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, actually links this to state. So what state you're in and how you set yourself up for the day is going to determine the state you're in. So if you're at a state where you're feeling very negative, you're feeling very low, you're feeling no energy, you're not motivated, you're kind of like, forgive my French, dragging your ass out of bed, without any motivation to go and do it. Subconsciously, when you even go and do a sales and you link it to a product, that vibration that you're working on at that level of that lack of energy and that state eventually subconsciously gets passed on to a feeling or a link to your product, and now you go and sell to your clients. You're relaying that to the clients, so the clients will not feel so when you're in a state, just think about it for everybody that's on the call, like when you're happy, when you're extremely happy, just do some reflection. How is life versus when you're sad? When you're happy, things just seem to fall into place. Oh yeah, this is working, that's working. When you go and make that phone call, because when you're happy and you make even a sales phone call, you're projecting good energy, you're projecting self-confidence, you're projecting congruence in your product awareness, whatever it is. But that person on the other end can actually feel that.
Yeah.
So it's very important to keep that positivity up, that state up. That's what is setting apart that 1% from the 99 that that they call themselves high performance. It's purely down to state management.
Absolutely, and that energy management is completely important, as what you've highlighted. And
yeah, now I mean, I'm gonna not make this call too serious. A lot of the people that know me on this call know I do love cracking my jokes in. Now imagine in the morning, if take that smoothie that's got a lot of fruits and vegetables with high nutrients in it and replace it with tepla. Yeah, it's not the healthiest option, is it?
no, it's not healthiest, but tepla are really nice and versatile. You can have them at the top of the Eiffel Tower, as we have.
Yeah, and then you can go and if you're the Mombasa people, then from 12 o'clock you'll eat your tepla, by 2 o'clock you'll be siestaing, and then go for a little bit of work and come back and repeat cycle. So if that's how I want to be, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, but I think the key message here is being aware of what you're putting into your body and into your mind, and the cleaner and more purer what you put in, the more empowered and productive and effective you are.